Hey guys, my name is Sully and welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to go through exactly how I was able to kill my social media addiction. But before I do that, one thing I've noticed in the past few months or even in a year is that every single platform, whether it's Snapchat, YouTube, whatever it is, they have now accomplished or they have now found a way to keep every single person watching by enabling content creators to provide some sort of short video that is between 5 seconds to 15 seconds or however how long it is, or 30 seconds. And I think as a business idea or whatever you want to see it as, this is just superb. Like, it just seems to be working on every single person. Now I'm still young, right, but when I was younger it wasn't this bad. It just seems like now every single person is getting even more and more addicted into the social media thing. If you're on YouTube, you can end up watching YouTube shorts for hours and hours. Even though on Instagram you can watch Instagram reels for hours, or even Snapchat has its own reels or whatever you call it. So it just seems to be everywhere now at this point. So for me, I was able to get away from this loophole. And of course, social media or anything to do with being on the internet isn't exactly my job or anything along that line. So it's not making me money, so it's best that get away from it, because you're just wasting a lot of time, or I'll be wasting a lot of time just watching things that aren't really relevant for hours and hours. So now I'm gonna dive into what exactly works for me. Hopefully this is of value to some people. I'm guessing you probably clicked on this video to either know what works for me, or maybe you're struggling with social media yourself. But whatever the case is, I'm gonna go for exactly what works for me, exactly how I was able to break this down and get away from spending too much time on social media on my phone basically. So the first thing I was able to do was simply recognize that it was a problem. So recognizing a problem is simply the first step to being able to just get through anything in this world, in my opinion. You want to recognize a problem. So I was able to recognize that sometimes I'll be on my phone or Instagram and just scrolling through things over and over and over again, and time is passing when I could even get out of bed and just do something else. Being able to recognize a problem at first was then able to allow me to actually think of how exactly I can get out of it. So I'm a very systematic person. So for me, I was able to literally see that, cool, I'm on social media or I'm on my phone for way too long that I should be. So then I was able to literally say, I'm gonna do these several things, and I'm actually gonna cut away from it. And the next thing I did afterwards was set a schedule. This for me probably the biggest thing, and by schedule I simply mean being able to schedule what I'm gonna do the next day before the day actually comes. So the reason this is so impactful is simply because the moment you wake up, you have a choice of either getting up and doing something productive, or getting up and going on your phone, or just getting up and just doing absolutely nothing. So me having a schedule for exactly what I'm going to do the day after every single day meant that I'm getting up at a specific time, knowing exactly what I'm going to do at first, the second thing, and the third thing, and everything else throughout the day. So I'll give you an example. So if I wake up now at 7 a.m. in the morning, or 8 a.m. in the morning, I know that there's a reason I'm up that early, for a reason. I might need to either edit this video, for example, or I might need to go out, or get something done, or just work on something. But then there could also be other days when I'll probably end up waking up randomly, having no schedule like I used to do back in the day. Wake up, having nothing to do, open my eyes, yawn, get my phone, and that's when you get stuck into that for literally 2 hours. I know you're probably guilty of it. I'm guilty of it. Everyone probably is guilty of it. So that is the major problem, that when you end up waking up, some people wake up by 11 a.m, spend 2 hours on your phone, eventually becomes 1 p.m. now. Then you're just there, just lazy, you have nothing to do with your day. It's just a bad habit. And the major problem is that you're going to do this, let's say 4 days a week, or even 5 days a week. Then when you add up the amount of time you've wasted on nothing productive, but literally keeping up social media that isn't making you any money, that's when it becomes a big issue. And of course, this is a financial channel. That is the reason why I'm bringing out this video, simply because time is money. That's all I believe, time is money. So the more time you can spend doing something productive, the more money you can make, full stop. So this is just as important as being able to make passive income, or being able to make any revenue from anywhere, because the more time you have, the more your money can work for you. So the best way I make my schedule is using the app called Things, or Things 2. There's also been Things 1, but the best way I'm able to do this every single day is literally go on this app, set a schedule of what I'm gonna do the day after that, and even weeks ahead, months ahead. I literally set schedules for anything that pops up in my mind. I just set a timer, set the schedule, set the date, and it's there. So every morning when I wake up, I look at this, see exactly what I need to do throughout the day. It shows me the time I need to do every single thing, and that way I already know, even the day before or even a couple of days before, I already know what I'm doing on certain days. And this just gives me a structure, because when you don't have a structure throughout your day, that is when you end up wasting it on things you don't even want to do, or just wasting your time. I'm not saying don't spend time on social media. I mean, I still go on Instagram and stuff once in a while, but it's all about being able to discipline yourself and not spend too much time on it. So it's just about having that right balance. Now the second thing that helps me is simply me sitting and knowing that I'm not gonna use my phone every single moment. Like, I use my phone at certain times during the day. Sometimes I'll leave my phone in the other room, or I'll just leave it somewhere while I'm doing other things, or while I'm doing the things I have scheduled, and I literally check my phone at certain points during the day. Because one thing I've noticed, I even did an experiment on myself, right? I literally studied this on myself. Every time I pick up my phone, you guys might be able to relate, but every time I pick up my phone to check one message, even if I say, let me just see what this person said, you would end up seeing something else, or another video pops up on Snapchat, or someone else messages you, or this Insta thing pops up, then you just end up getting in a loop for literally 15 minutes. Boom, that's 15 minutes gone just because you looked at one message. I've done this so many times that now I don't even trust myself anymore. Like, I'd rather not, because I know I'm gonna get into the loop once again. The best thing I just do is look at my phone at certain points during the day. That way I get my phone, I go through all my emails and messages and everything like that, I respond to every single one. Then I drop my phone again and get back to whatever I'm doing. So of course some people might say I'm not active on my phone, or I don't see this and see messages, but for me, it's all about just being productive and just being disciplined, so I don't waste time. So one other thing that I also do, I also spend time just doing things I actually enjoy, rather than spending time on social media. Unless social media is some sort of making it some sort of revenue or money, or it's your business, it's your job in some way, then that is the only exception to this. And of course for me it is not. It doesn't work for me, so that's why the social media thing and I don't really get along. But me just doing things I enjoy, sometimes I'll be on my PS5, or just doing something else besides on my phone. And again, all of this still applies to having some sort of structure anyway. And now the last thing that helps me is having two phones. I'm not going to recommend everyone to have two phones. I don't exactly have two phones because I wanted to. I just ended up having two phones. But what I actually have tried is having my apps on one phone and actual things that I need to see, like email and stuff, on another phone. My main phone I'm gonna have most of the time, I have my emails and things app and all the things I actually need to have. On my other phone I'll have Instagram, Snapchat, and all the other social medias. Now this helps me simply because I don't carry both of my phones, all the time, even in my house or whatever the case is. I don't do that. It just seems like a chore to do. So half of the time, 90% of the time, one of my other phones is always where I'm not. It's either in some random room, I don't even know where it is half of the time. So that way it's just like, it's almost like a separation. So I can pick up my phone and I wouldn't be able to spend that much time on it because there isn't anything to do. All the apps are pretty much dead. And again, it's all about having that discipline though, not to download the apps on that phone. So this is all a mental thing. You just have to want to actually get away from this addiction and being stuck on your phone, and it will happen. You just have to want to do it. But now that is it for me. This is just how I was able to get away from this loop of social media. I watch a lot of people getting stuck into this, just doing this over and over again, and it's just something that I was able to just look at myself to sort out for myself. I don't judge other people. Other people are making money from it. That's all good for them. That's the whole point. But anyway, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope it's of value to you. If it is, please do drop a like and please do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.